Got Jose here in the crowd, and I think those who know Linux Unplugged might recognize Jose. Jose, you have come a little ways to get here. Can you introduce yourself for those who might not know you and where you came from?
Sure. My name is Jose Ibañez. I came here from Puerto Rico. Flew out here with my company, my small business, Blind Penguin. I'm blind, so I named my business Blind Penguin. I'm here with my wife, the brains of the company, and my business partner, who's also in some of the talks, and just came here to networking. We're sponsoring some of the event because we really wanted to do it, and just here to network and have some fun.
Amazing. And can you give us a sense of what you do in your business?
Yes, we're a software development company. Right now, we do a lot of work with the local government and the U.S. federal government. Basically, back-end web app development, APIs, database management, and a lot of like cloud infrastructure like Azure and AWS. And we also have some private clients where we do some mobile development. And we are starting our venture now into the open source sphere, and let's see how it goes for us.
Now, last night we met at the social event, and you were mentioning a project that you're working on that I think you're quite excited about.
Yeah, I'm a super fan of movies. I love movies. I love sitting down and having the cinema experience, and I've always ran like a Jellyfin or a Plex client at home and buy the Blu-rays and rip them. And there's always been some features that I wanted, so I decided to build my own. It's like a little dream that I have, and so I started building my own from scratch with features that I wish Jellyfin or Plex had, and especially for me as a blind person who wants to play movies and music for his family, the other clients for the other servers are not very good with screen readers. So sometimes I'm like, okay, so my family goes like, let's watch this movie. And then I'm like, tick, tick. And then the screen reader is still reading like the previous menu. And I'm like, I'm almost there. You're there, click. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. So I love it. And this will be the name of the app is Igloo because Blind Penguin lives and watches movies on an igloo. And that was my wife's idea. And I'm hoping to release it in about a month or so, and I'll be sure to let you guys know. It will be available for Android. It'll have a web client, all native, and yeah, so that's my passion project.
Amazing. And if someone feels inspired by that, where can they go to get in touch with you?
I have a GitHub account. You can find me. It's a Spanish name. Ibañez74. Maybe if Chris can put the link later on in the show notes, it'll be easier. But we also have our website, blindpenguincoder.com. You can go there and get in touch with us, and we'll be sure to answer you as soon as possible.
Amazing. And remind us where you came from.
Puerto Rico, and my wife is from Brazil, so we came from a very long way.
Amazing. And you have a little bit of history with Jupiter Broadcasting in these events. We met in a few different places.
Yes.
Do you remember where all those were?
Yes, the first time was in Denver, and the second one was at Chris's birthday at the studio, where we did the whole thing, and I saw the studio. You're recording this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, the first one. Anyway, yeah, so that's how I came to be. Thanks to you guys. I told Chris the first time I met him that this was the community that got me inspired to start my own business and go ahead. And so I owe a lot of what I have today to this community. It inspired me to start my own business, work hard. I always heard the stories about Noah, like how he got his first job. I did a little bit of the same thing. Like someone came to me, so you can do this Ruby and Rails. I'm like, oh yeah. And of course, yeah. And then I went home and like, how the hell am I gonna do this? And I was screaming, but I got it done, and also, so yeah, when they announced the Denver one, which was after COVID and the whole stuff, I really wanted to come and start participating more in these events, and now I get to the point where I let to have a bigger company than the one I had a few years ago, and now I can sponsor this event and give back a little bit to this whole community that inspired me to do what I am today.
That's completely amazing. Can we give Jose a little round of applause here? Now, you're traveling quite a ways to get to these events and to be a part of this community that changed you so much. Do you have some inspiration to create something closer to home?
Yes. Actually, I was mentioning to Chris yesterday that let's start Linux Fest Puerto Rico and get everyone down there because I think there's a lot that we can do, especially one of the things I would like to do eventually. My whole family is always involved in politics, and I've seen a lot of the side of that world, and we also have contracts with the federal government and the local government. And there are some moments where I see something like, oh my God, we could do that so much better. And especially for universities and schools in Puerto Rico. I remember when I was a kid, since I'm blind, they would always give me like special equipment. But I can tell you that my mother wasted easily around $6,000 to $8,000 on equipment that just wasn't up to par, or I really didn't need. If you're a blind kid in Puerto Rico, they're going to push hard on you the whole JAWS screen reader thing, which is extremely expensive, extremely complex, and there are other open source alternatives out there for all platforms, and I think there are much better ways not just to do business, but to improve the lives of a lot of people like myself.
Yeah. I've heard several times that some of the software is a challenge. I'm curious your perspective, because you have so much experience with these technologies. How is it on Linux compared to maybe other platforms, and are things progressing in those areas? Like, is it an active development place?
It is. I would say that the best platform right now for like accessibility, for especially for blind people, would be the one that has like the logo on a certain key on the keyboard, Windows. But when Mac OS, hit and miss. My wife has seen me throw some temper tantrums every time there's an update and they break the screen reader, and I go like, I did it again. And in terms of Linux, Orca got much better. The problem is that now we're moving into this sandbox world where apps have Flatpak, Snaps, Wayland, and the problem is these apps are sandbox, and so like when you install an app and you run it, Orca doesn't see it because it's not allowed to enter inside an environment. So like Visual Studio Code, if you install the deb or the RPM, it'll be fine. You can just run it, and then it'll be nice. If you install the Flatpak, it just as if nothing was there. And so I'm still on X11 and using mostly deb packages and that kind of stuff. And if you do go that way, it'll be fine.
Fascinating. Thank you for that insight. What about between distributions? Are there some that are a little bit more friendly, or some maybe advice that you'd suggest to those searching out these tools and a place to start?
Yes, the first thing I would suggest is have a keyboard with a numpad. You're going to need it. And I would say Pop! OS and Ubuntu do a very good job. I would say Pop! OS is one of the better ones right now. It works really nice, and they have a good menu for the to manage the Orca like settings and stuff. Ubuntu, you can do it, but one of the things you need to do with the newer versions is when you go into the login screen, you have to switch to X11, because if not, Orca turns to crash, and when it crashes, it takes everything with it. The session, your windows, everything. And then it's like, I remember I was doing like a coding project, and since I cannot see the screen, I was telling my partner, there, I ran it. And he goes like, there's nothing. What do you mean there's nothing? I just ran it. And I go, no, there's nothing. And then I just realized, I just crashed, and it gone. And so those are the challenges.
It certainly does sound like a challenge, but you are continuing to use these technologies and to, I think, help push them forward a little bit and at least spread the word. And I think that's amazing. So thank you for your insights. And thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much.